10 conspiracy theories that were actually true. When it comes to conspiracy theories, one might think of rumors or false information. However, with all the mind-blowing news we see every day, it is better to ponder over these theories before passing them. So stay tuned because, in this video, I will tell you 10 conspiracy theories that were actually true. Number 10. Bad booze. Conspiracy. Throughout Prohibition, the government poisoned alcohol to discourage people from drinking. The truth. Prior to Prohibition, producers of industrial alcohol had been blending their products with harmful chemicals for years. But the federal government pushed manufacturers to use more potent poisons between 1926 and 1933 to stop people from turning alcohol into moonshine. That didn't deter the bootleggers or their patrons, and by the end of Prohibition, tainted liquor had claimed the lives of more than 10,000 Americans. Much of the illegal liquor was sold in notorious nightclubs called speakeasies because people whisper about such places in public or indoors to avoid alerting the police and neighbors. Number 9. The First Lady who ran the United States. Conspiracy. Following a stroke that left Woodrow Wilson unable to lead, his wife secretly took over. The truth. Wilson did experience a crippling stroke toward the end of his term as president, but the government decided it was best to keep things quiet for the sake of the nation. It took months for the public to learn about the stroke, during which time his wife, Edith Wilson, was in charge of most executive decisions. Despite Mrs. Wilson's assertion that she served as a steward, historians who have studied the Wilson administration agree that Mrs. Wilson served as president for more than a year. Number 8. Fake battle, real war. Conspiracy. The Gulf of Tonkin on August 2, 1964, was fabricated to provoke American support for the Vietnam War. The truth. The details of the attack by North Vietnam on the American naval ship Maddox were already hazy by the time the news reached Americans. Since then, declassified intelligence documents have shown that the Maddox had supported South Vietnamese assaults on an adjacent island and that the North Vietnamese were retaliating in kind, according to the U.S. Navy Institute. The incident opened the gates for direct American military involvement in Vietnam. Number 7. The Dalai Lama's impressive salary. Conspiracy. The Dalai Lama connection with CIA. The truth. Probably, the six-figure salary the Dalai Lama received from the US has something to do with his smile in all those pictures. He received $180,000 in connection with the CIA's $1.07 million annual funding of the Tibetan resistance, according to declassified intelligence documents. It was intended to interfere with and damage China's infrastructure. Since it is believed that the Dalai Lama has the ability to choose the body into which he is reincarnated, the current Dalai Lama is a reincarnation of the previous one. Number 6. The government is spying on you. Conspiracy. The government is using its extensive resources to track citizens, thanks to technological advancements. The truth. The Electronic Frontier Foundation, EFF, a significant non-profit organization that defends civil liberties in the digital world and offers guidance to the public on issues of internet privacy, reports that in 2016, government agencies sent 27,850 requests for user data to Google, 49,868 to Facebook, and 9,076 to Apple. So before we go any further, just make sure to smash that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay up to date with our latest video. Number 5. John Lennon was under government surveillance. Conspiracy. John Lennon was being spied on by the FBI. The truth. They most definitely were. Lennon was viewed as a threat like many counterculture heroes because of his anti-war lyrics in songs like Give Peace a Chance. Lennon was under surveillance by the FBI beginning in 1971, and the Immigration and Naturalization Service attempted to deport him in 1972. Number 4. Government mind control. Conspiracy. In a top-secret experiment on behavior modification, the CIA tested hallucinogenic drugs like LSD on Americans. The truth. It was a real program with the code name MKUltra. Initially, the CIA recruited volunteers. One notable subject was the author Ken Kesey. However, the program's leaders soon started dosing people secretly, and MKUltra left many of its victims permanently mentally disabled. Number 3. Canada tried to develop gaydar. Conspiracy. The Canadian government is so paranoid about homosexuality that it has developed a gaydar machine. The truth. It actually happened. In the 1960s, the government hired a professor to develop a method for detecting homosexual behavior among federal employees. He invented a machine that could measure pupil dilation in response to same-sex pornographic images. The Canadian government has used it to fire more than 400 civil servants and military personnel. Number 2. Big Tobacco knew that cigarettes caused cancer. Conspiracy. For decades, tobacco companies have hidden the evidence that smoking is deadly. The truth. In the early 1950s, research showed an undeniable statistical connection between lung cancer and smoking, but it wasn't until the late 1990s that Philip Morris admitted that smoking causes cancer. The advantages of quitting smoking are huge. Food tastes better, your mouth feels fresher, and, most importantly, your risk of developing tobacco-related diseases is greatly reduced. Number 1. The horror of Project Sunshine. Conspiracy. In order to do radioactive testing, the government was stealing dead bodies. The truth. The government stole some bodily parts of dead people. Due to their need for young tissue, they assembled a global network of agents to search for recently deceased babies and children, collect samples, and even take limbs. They collected samples without informing or getting consent from 1,500 families. It took half a century for the world to understand the horrific scientific history of Project Sunshine. But there are still many unsolved mysteries. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you haven't done it yet, feel free to like the video and subscribe to our channel. And if you know other conspiracy theories that were true, please write them down in the comments section. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Peace.